So folks, you now find us on the JCB stand at AGRITECHNICA 2025, not just to look at the new products and developments, but to also get a really good cup of tea, because to be honest, I can guarantee you this is the best place you're going to get a brew in the whole of AGRITECHNICA. So anyway, that's coming up in a bit for me anyway. First of all, we're going to kick off with John Bonsall here, who's going to talk us through Loadall developments, starting with this 80th anniversary special. So, John, take it away.
Yeah, so we've got here today, obviously, our 80th anniversary machine representing the 80 years of, well, JCB.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see, looks a bit different to the standard machine, all black. Black's out, it's our 54270 Agri Pro.
Right.
So, top of the range. Sort of our bread and butter machine,
yeah,
if you like.
One of your volume sellers, popular model.
Yeah, definitely. The machine itself is exactly as you'd find your regular 54270. Obviously with the Agri Pro being 173 horsepower, the top of the range. But like I said, this one being black to commemorate the obviously 80 years of JCB.
That's it, 80 years of JCB, and yeah, 80 years, well, the birthday of Lord Bamford himself as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, dual celebration.
Exactly, yeah. At the end of the day, the 542, it represents where we've come from as a business. Now, obviously, leading materials handling with well, such an impressive product, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, the machine itself, again, with it being the 54270, I've said obviously it's one of our most common machines, but it's Agri Pro, top of the range, 160 litres per minute, featuring obviously the Series 3 cab, which we all know and love.
And this is it the Dual-Tech VT in this
It is, yeah. So Agri Pros with the Dual-Tech VT, so that hybrid transmission, half and half, best of both worlds, as we like to call it.
That's it. And it works well as well.
It does, yeah.
It does.
It is. It's yeah, the driver for both productivity and comfort, as we like to say.
There you go.
So.
And like I say, you got your black paintwork on here, you got your black wheels on here, nice bit of bling.
Yeah.
I've just noticed up here in the headrest of the seat as well, nice little bit of stitching there
as well. Of course,
yeah,
and in the steering wheel.
It's in the steering wheel as well.
Yeah, everywhere we look, just obviously showcasing that 80 years.
So this, obviously, this is to show off 80 years of JCB with this Loadall here. Are you going to sell some of these that are in this black?
Yeah, so we've actually built 40. They've all been pre-ordered and
so you built 40 of these?
Yeah, 40 of these. We decided to do 40 Loadalls and 40 Backos to make up the 80.
So basically, your two key bread and butter products that JCB's built on.
Yeah, exactly. The two biggest business units. So we thought, what better way to show off the 80 years, really.
There you go. Right, so that's the commemorative edition version there. Shall we have a look at some new stuff, some preview stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously here today we're previewing our next generation of compact Loadall cab.
Right.
So very exciting. We've kept the machines that we know and love, the 52660. So this is built off our previous generation of the 52560.
Okay,
so
right.
In adding this new cab, we've actually gained 100 kilograms of lift capacity.
How have you managed that then?
No, just from obviously with the new cab, we reshuffled some bits around,
right.
And due to relocating some of the sort of key parts,
you've just gained a bit of extra capacity.
Gained a bit of extra capacity.
But fundamentally, underneath, this machine is, like I say, heavily based on the 525, is it?
Exactly. Yeah. It still uses the same sort of 75 horsepower engine that we all know and love and we're used to, but other than that, it's all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is obviously this cab, the new operator environment. It really is the place to be.
That's kind of what it was missing, because like you had the Series 3, for a while on your bigger machines.
Exactly, yeah.
And you had your little machines. It's like, oh, it'd be really nice to have that Series 3 cab.
Exactly, and you can see a bit of the Series 3 coming through. Really, the obviously the curved windscreen, giving you that improved visibility out the top of the cab. It means we haven't got any sort of connecting pillar where the two screens meet. We've got our touchscreen 7-inch display in here. So what that means is we can sort of customise everything through the display, with the option of obviously using the scroll wheel as well if you've got dirty hands or whatnot.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
I was going to say, have you managed to squeeze it all in? Because obviously it's a smaller frame machine.
Yeah, of course. I mean, some of the key features, obviously, with the cab, Again, focusing at that sort of operator comfort and ease of use. We've got all the switches just next to the joystick, electronic handbrake, that sort of thing. So all just really...
And there's some really nice design touches like we've seen with the new Fast Track 6000 series as well, like this sort of dash here in front of the steering column, sort of down here.
Yeah, loads of new sort of storage places and whatnot around the machine as well. So cup holders at the front, nice storage bins in front of the display.
Yeah.
The machines come with a bit like on your Series 3 really, your phone holders and all the luxury items that we offer.
Just on the compact package.
Exactly, yeah. Cab ingress and egress is brilliant as well. We've got the new foot pedal to release the steering wheel to come down, so that's all tucked up out the way nicely.
All right, like your other bigger machines.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And obviously, within the cab, we've got the 2 levers on the armrest there for separating your engine revs and your drive speed.
Oh, so you can operate those independently for your sweeper buckets, whatever else on there, dispensers, that sort of stuff.
No, exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Ideal, so that's one.
It is. The other one. So the 530/60. So again, based on the previous generation of 530/60, now just featuring the new cab again. So cab is exactly the same on this machine as what we've just seen over there.
Right.
Just trying to keep it common, keep it the same.
Yeah.
But again, brilliant operator environment. Through the screen, talk a bit more about that. Some of the features. So now we can obviously control flow rates of your auxiliary attachments just through the screen. We've got pre-selected user profiles, so you can configure a user profile and it will stay for individual users. So you're not having to swap it back when you jump back in the machine.
I suppose you could, rather than maybe calling them user profiles, you could have so like implement profiles for that job.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's the other way of looking at it, exactly.
I'm going to set this, configure this to run a sweeper bucket, and then I'm going to switch it over to shear grab.
Yeah, no, exactly. We've also got some nice hotkeys in there as well, which we can program to all individual items, whether you want your camera to come up on a shortcut or whether you want to change the radio volume. All the radios now integrated into the display and into the system. So
I suppose that makes most of the space as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. No.
Cool, and then we're stepping up a little bit. You got some more new models over here, which we have.
Yeah.
We've actually kind of already filmed a little bit on a product launch day with you guys, which is still to come. Well, it depends on what order you're watching this stuff in. So, but we'll have a look over them again now because they are new and they are here.
Yeah. So the 54670 and the 55570, 2 latest additions to our mid-range portfolio, and really developing off the machine which we saw earlier, the 54270.
Yeah.
So we've kept all of the compact design, tight turning circles, that sort of thing. We obviously wanted to offer something with a bit more lift capacity, but we didn't want to make a big cumbersome machine.
You wanted your 542 size, but with more capacity.
Exactly, yeah. So it is, although it looks very similar, there's some obviously key differences.
Yeah.
So improved rams, we've got bigger sort of breakout force on the rams, around 10% on the 546, 10% more breakout force than the 542, and around over 30% on the 555.
Right.
We've managed to achieve actually the increased lift capacity with we've repositioned the rams and the displacement rams, so we've got a greater mechanical advantage.
Yeah.
But we've also sort of you can see the boom here, we've got a new boom design as well. So this is what we like to call our N-shaped boom design. It means we've got a curved top, there's nowhere for the sort of water to sit on the top, catch leaves, that sort of thing. So now you can see it's obviously completely smooth, rounded off. Obviously, on top of that, the machines, the 546 will be available as an Agri Super, Agri Extra or Agri Pro, with the 555 being available in Agri Extra and Agri Pro.
Right. So. And what are those power levels with those different ones?
Yeah, so Agri Super being 130 horsepower, Agri Extra being 150 horsepower, and the Agri Pro being 173.
Right. And what transmissions can you get on these two?
So these are all standard with dual tech.
All right, you're just going for that.
Just going for the dual tech, that's the sweet spot really.
Yeah. Right.
All subcategories here now have the 160 litre per minute hydraulic pump. So that's been upgraded on obviously the Agri Super and Agri Extra for these models, for this model.
And with the introduction of these two models, are you sort of, I won't say filling a gap, but you are You know, it's that sort of bit that maybe your competitors had in the market. They had models of these sort of sizing capabilities, and you've gone, yeah, we're having that as well.
Yeah, I think
properly.
I think we've always been competitive with our 560/80.
Yeah.
So that's obviously the biggest machine of our mid-range.
Yeah.
But this sort of bridges that gap between the 542 and the 560/80. It's obviously we're improving the dimensions of the machine by not having to take that big step to a 6-ton machine.
Yeah, it would have been a big jump, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Before?
So we're bridging that gap in between. But
there you go.
yeah.
Well, John, thank you very much for
Oh,
sparing a bit of
thank you.
time and talking us
Of
through
course.
your new Loadall developments.
Anytime. Thank you.
It's now time for some pivot steer and some skid steer chat on the JCB stand. And as you can see, we've got Joe Edelston with us, as you've seen in many episodes from us. So, Joe, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We're at AGRITECHNICA 2025.
The year goes
We've
by.
seen some of these before, but this is probably the first time at a major international event that a lot of these new products will have been.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So if we move over to the TM280, so...
which we got very familiar with.
we did, yeah. Obviously, you've had the machine on test yourself, and obviously did a video about the products itself. But from here, TM280 was launched actually at Eurotier this time last year, which is a German-orientated livestock kind of show, realistic for us.
Yeah.
And has proven really popular.
I was going to say, how's it gone, the
So
280 and 280S?
so 280, especially for the livestock sector, has been really special for us, really. We knew we had a gap in our product range where we wanted to fill that.
Yeah.
Especially between the TM220 and then TM320 model.
Yeah.
And that was purely down to getting a machine much more compact in dimensions, but also had the same DNA as a larger TM320.
Yeah.
So since the launch, like 12 months ago, the uptake or intake, should I say, of orders for this product, especially into like to Germany, which is one of our major markets.
Well, they love a pivot steer, don't they?
Yeah, but also this size as well.
Yeah.
And especially because we've got a dual tech transmission, we're a bit different. And today's about being different. I mean, you know, there's lots of competition on the market, so everyone's got something different, but being JCB as we are, we want to be, you know, leading the way, and by having something that has
You
a
like
dual
to stand out, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Where you've got the benefit of having a hydrostatic drive transmission with a mechanical element allows us to be have that kind of fine controllability as a conventional hydrostat, but then you've got the fuel efficiencies and efficiencies of a mechanical drive as well.
And as I said just before when we were doing the Loadalls, it does work well.
Yeah,
it does work well.
And then on the other hand, we've got then the smaller model. So this was launched at LAMA this year.
Yeah.
So again, we've just started to get machines now out with dealer networks.
So this is the TM110, this one.
Yeah, so it's smaller model essentially. We've developed it to handle just over a ton. So we've got customers today currently running for say 403s who were looking for a bit more capacity. Naturally, you'd say, okay, I'll give you a bit more lift capacity, but then what's the added benefit? Well, I can give you a bit more lift height, so would that work as well? Well, yeah. So
while you're at it, can we have that as well?
Yeah. So you've essentially got best of both worlds. So we've got a machine here that says same height as a conventional 403.
Yeah.
The machine's slightly wider than a 403.
Yeah, you want a bigger footprint, more stability.
That's it, yeah, and that's the reason why the machine's wider, for that reason.
Yeah.
On the back of that, then we've got a bespoke boom design, which is unique to this model. So it's a whole new purpose chassis, front and rear, new boom section, available with Euro hitch as well, which is most, to be fair, most of 403s out in the marketplace went for Euro hitch, because generally they're running a tractor loader as well alongside the 403.
That's it.
With this, obviously, we've got a telescopic boom now, so we have the added benefit of 3.5 metre lift height as well.
Right. So you're just saying, like, I mean, you can clearly see front end chassis is different to your 403, but his back end chassis. No,
it's basically a new chassis at the back, purely because we had to fit wider axles. Yeah. So the axles are wider, or a wider track axle. And because of that, the axle fits it wider, and therefore the rear chassis had to be redesigned to be slightly wider as well.
So It's loosely based on a 403.
Correct, yeah,
but
yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
wrong to say that this is a 403 with a boom stuck on it.
Exactly that reason, yeah. Now, the only bits we took from a 403 are essentially the engine, because this is the 48 horsepower engine from the 403 Plus. And then some of the transmission part, i.e. the hydrostatic drive part.
Yeah.
But then apart from that, it's got bespoke axles, bespoke front and rear chassis design, obviously bespoke boom section design.
Yeah.
The cab interior has been changed. So we took the frame of the shell of the cab from the 403 Plus, and then we customized it with the TM joystick control, so what we used to on TMs, which is the servo, oil pilot servo joystick control, with proportional extend and retract and proportional auxiliary function as well. So it has that same kind of operator feel.
Yeah, I got the TM DNA.
Yeah, jumping from machine to machine, you've got that same control interface.
That's it. Which, hopefully, at some point, we'll try it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
See what it's like, see what it feels like as well.
Moving on to something which is seen as being green, a zero emission 403 electric. So again, another option for a customer today is, rather than being diesel, we have an electric vehicle or electric machine itself.
So how have you managed to achieve that on the 403? What have you done to it?
So essentially what we did during the development stage is we looked using LiveLink telematics what the average runtime was for a diesel 403 today.
Right.
And that was between 2 to 3 hours per day. That's on a typical dairy livestock farm.
Right,
okay?
That's what a 403 is generally doing.
Yeah, because you think about it, they're generally doing a bit of feeding, a bit of scraping out and so forth.
Yeah.
Half an hour here, half an hour there, 10 minute here, 10 minute there.
Yeah.
It's what I call jobbing. There's no real kind of defined exercise other than it's 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, that kind of thing really. So we used the telematic data, looked at the actual duty cycle, which was between 2 to 3 hours per day, and said, well, actually, let's develop a 403 electric, which would have a runtime between 4 to 5 hours. What that means is then essentially you're putting confidence into the machine design. Let's face it, you're trying to convert people now from diesel to electric. And the first question they always ask you,
how long is it going to go?
Exactly, right. So if you make the machine have a really good battery, okay, and the technologies in the machine is good, then it should comfortably carry out a full day's job, i.e. 2 to 3 hours per day, and still have some reserve to be able to do an extra hour here, maybe half an hour there. Now, the batteries on board the machine, we have 4 batteries on board the machine, which are actually, we always say the key to getting electric successful is having a good battery, because a good battery gives you a good runtime. So the battery itself, or batteries should I say, have got a runtime, I say between 4 to 5 hours, depending on duty cycle, but we'll cope with -10 conditions. So bearing in mind we sell into cold climate regions as well, all the way up to plus 46 degrees ambient temperature, so they'll work in hot climate temperature regions as well.
Well, not we're getting that in Lancashire, will we?
No, not really, no. Now, on the back of that, the actual cells within the battery are actually Nissan cells. So Nissan's a automotive manufacturer and well recognised as being the market leader for electric vehicles. We use their cell inside the battery. Now, a good battery cell would give you a good, reliable battery.
Yeah.
So that's the key, is to get a good battery on board the machine, get the long run time that you can drive from that battery design, will then give you the rest of the machine to be
That's
good.
it. Do what it's meant to do.
Yeah, because you've got to think, well, how do I convert a customer from diesel to electric? Well, give him a good battery, a good runtime, and he'll feel like he's getting a full day shift.
I know we've found it before trying earlier electric machines that if you end up having to work around them, you really quickly get put off the things.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they should be working for you and round you.
Yeah. So in terms of charging then, we've got essentially 2 options, what I call two main options, should I say. Yeah. We've got the 8-hour, which is a conventional overnight charge. So at the end of your day shift, so to speak, you plug it into a standard 240 volt main plug socket, 3-pin socket, household socket, should we say. 8 hours, overnight charge. Next morning, it's 100% again, crack on again with your day's work. Yeah. For those that are doing longer hours, i.e. doing, long 5 hours, etc., we've then got things like fast charges, which is then, we jump over here.
All right,
we get things like this, where we've got essentially a 415 volt fast charging circuit, or system should I say, which allows us then to fast charge the vehicle, the machine in this instance, in under 1.5 hours.
Right, so you plug, that's three-phase, is it?
Yeah. So essentially, you've got the main charging cable inside here, you reverse the machine up, connect it up, that's it really, simple as that. But that's only for those that are doing longer duty cycles. But I'm pretty confident to say that, based on what we see on LiveLink on the diesel, is that, you know, a conventional overnight charge would see probably most people through achieving what they set out to achieve, really. Yeah.
And if you're just doing a quick top up, you know, using the fast charge.
Yeah, you could do that as well. Or even at lunchtime, even, you know, put it on for half an hour, you probably get a few more minutes per day. You know what I mean? It's about using the time wisely for doing that.
That's it. Right, final one, Joe.
Yeah, no worries.
We go from pivots to skids.
Skids, yeah. So basically, track skid steer. It's now stage 5 compatible, which basically means is that we can now sell this in Europe. So it's now available with stage 5 engine. This one's 74 horsepower, so it runs the JCB diesel max engine, stage 5. Other changes really, this post here has been integrated into the cab frame, which then means is that the actual cab door can now open a lot greater, so in terms of the actual entry into the cab is a lot greater.
So what did you have there before then?
It pivoted off the B post at the back, or the C post, shall we say, so then you were limited by how far the actual door would open. Right. So we've now brought the post further forward, if you will, which then means the door can swing out more and then get into the cab a bit easier as well. Yeah. Inside the cab, some updates in terms of some of the displays, etc., have changed as part of the stage 5 as well.
Well, Joel, thank you very much for showing us around your updates on pivots and skids as well. As ever, thank you very much.
Otherwise, thank you.
So, folks, just to finish off on the JCB stand, we couldn't move on without just having another look at the fast track. I know we've done a monster series on it, which was absolutely epic. History, evolution, production, design, development, the whole shebang, ending up at the new 6000 series, which is now here for the public to see for the first time, isn't it, Tom?
Exactly. I think I'm running out of things to tell you about the tractor, but it's great to have so many people here to actually.
What's the reaction been like? That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. So from the moment the doors opened this morning, people straight onto the stand, huge crowds around the tractors, getting in all the detail, looking around the back of the tractors as well, hopping up in the cab. We've got plenty of questions coming through for us, for the German team. And it's just been brilliant to tell people about it. So I've spent 5 years not telling anybody about this tractor, and then could come somewhere like this to Hanover and be able to tell the world about it. So we've got the 2 machines on the stand. We've got the 6300 and 6260. So showing the full 6000 series lineup that we've got available. Probably equal split of interest between the two, really, but obviously people tend to migrate towards the bigger tractor. They just.
And what was any standout comments on it at all?
I think the big thing for them is just looking at. It's an all-new tractor, so it's something really exciting. So with the last couple of product launches we've done, so if we look back at the Icon, for example, it was great. We had new cab, we had a new armrest in there. It's been great to actually show somebody, all these people, a brand new tractor from the ground up. So completely new machine, but keeping that fast track DNA. And I think people have seen that when they've come and had a look at the machines.
And already, you've won an award.
Oh yes. So we've just got back, hot-footed it from the award ceremony. So so the Tractor of the Year awards, we've just been over there. We've received the award for the Sustainable Tractor of the Year 2026. So it's great for us to be able to recognise for that. The judges, what they said to us on that was, it was about bringing productivity but in a responsible way. So we always, again, we've talked a lot about the core DNA of the fast track. It's all about doing things differently in a way that not only boosts productivity, but it also maximises the efficiency, both in terms of environmental efficiency, sustainability, but also the efficiency of actually getting the job done. So it's just as important for a customer's business to be sustainable as it is to consider all the wider impacts on the environment as well. So they really recognise things like the CTIS on this machine, so being able to drop the tyre pressures down, reducing compaction, but also how that ties in with things like the suspension on the machine. So having that ability to shift weight around, you pick up a big implement, it shifts weight forward, uses all 4 corners without having to stick an extra 2 tons of weight.
Fast track core DNA differences.
It is, and that's the reason we didn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. When we redesigned this product, we had to keep them at its heart, and then bring the new features onto the machine as well, to meet the rest of the customer demands for performance, productivity, and comfort, obviously, with it being a fast track as well. So.
There you go. Well, Tom, glad it's all going.
No, appreciate it.
Is it a bit of this now?
It was certainly.
Can you breathe a sigh of relief now?
Well, I think it only ramps up from here now. I think the most stressful point was trying to get this window sticker stuck on straight when we won the award, and I had the world's press around me as I was doing it. So I've never felt under so much pressure. Now we've got the tractor out, I can maybe just start to concentrate on the telling people about it, getting that communication piece.
Get the things out the door
exactly,
now.
and then obviously we want to get plenty sold as well.
Yeah, spot on. Well, Tom, thank you very much for your time. I'm really glad and chuffed for you that it's going well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And that ends our little time here at the JCB stand.